Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Equestrian Professionals Live Horse Business Webinar, Eating Smarter and Performing Better with Kimball Robeson, the Equestrian Health Coach. I'm Elizabeth McMillan, the editor at equestrianprofessional.com. And before we get started, I want to thank you all for attending and go over a little information about how the seminar will go. This webinar is for horse professionals. That means trainers, breeders, instructors, professional riders, and stable operators. But we're guessing tonight we're probably going to have a few juniors and amateurs on the call as well, and that is just fine. Tonight's session is free for both members and non-members of Equestrian Professional, and we're glad to have you here. However, our members do also gain access to all the resources on the Equestrian Professional site, plus all of our webinar replays, including tonight's webinar. And you also get access to special webinar materials and goodies. And tonight, these are going to include a special equestrian nutrition guide written by our speaker, Kimball Robeson Wilson, and also a special discount on Kimball services that she's going for members only that she's going to explain at the end a little bit. So we're really excited tonight to welcome Kimball Robeson Wilson as a speaker because this is a topic. Equestrians are athletes, and our health is important. We have to have a lot of stamina during the day to do our work, whether we're competing professionally or just managing horses. And so we're really excited to have Kimball come talk with us. Kimball has been a competitive hunter-jumper rider all her life and had success on the A circuit in the Northeast and in Florida. She is certified as a health coach by the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, the American Association of Drugless Practitioners, and the American Council on Exercise. And by combining her experience with both riding and nutrition, she's really able to support clients in feeling their best so they can ride their best. So welcome, Kimball, and we're glad you're here, and take it away.
Thank you so much, Lizzie. I'm very happy to be here this evening. And as the founder of the Equestrian Health Coach, it is my mission to guide and support riders on increasing their energy levels and improving their diet and lifestyle. So I have quite the lineup today, so let's jump right in. Health coaching. What is health coaching? And basically, I'm a supportive mentor who motivates individuals to make positive health choices. I educate clients not only on nutrition, but we also look at all areas of their life and how that affects the way that they're feeling. Personally, I take a functional approach to determine the root cause of any malfunctions in the body and then work with a client on an individual level to come up with a plan for them to achieve health success. I just want to go a little over about me and my background. And like you said, I'm a hunter-jumper rider. And as a junior, I competed in the equitation finals and rode tons of off-the-track thoroughbreds. And it was at that time that I decided to become a vegetarian. Unfortunately, I kind of missed the vegetable part of doing that, and I was eating bagels and pasta and sweets, pastries. My favorite was gummy strawberries, and I loved mocha lattes. And it wasn't until after college, when I had a real job, if you would call it that, that I made a transition and took control of my own health. I was about 170 pounds. I was tired, and it was through this change of eating whole foods that my energy began to come back, and my skin cleared up. I started to have more energy, and I lost weight. So that sort of inspired me to launch the Equestrian Health Coach a few years later. The services that I offer include one-on-one consultations, which are usually based on a 6-month program. I also offer group coaching and specialized teleworkshops. And before we dig into the meat of the discussion today, I just need to read a quick disclosure, and that is that the information I provide is not intended to be a replacement for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Consult your professional healthcare provider prior to making a change in your diet or lifestyle. So the foundation for today's presentation includes the bioindividuality, the diet, sleep, exercise, and stress reduction. And this is a lot of information. In fact, these are the topics that I cover over the course of my program. So please don't feel overwhelmed that you have to pick everything up tonight. So let's start with bioindividuality. And this is an idea that there's not one diet that fits everybody, not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing, and we're all unique. And food that is perfect for one person might not be perfect for another. So, for example, I might thrive on a paleo diet where I'm eating lots of meats and vegetables, whereas perhaps Lizzie, you thrive on a vegan diet. And we also need to take into consideration our age, our lifestyle, gender, even our ancestry and blood type and metabolic type when we consider this different bioindividuality. So kind of keep that in mind as I go through the presentation today. And diet, and I have flash way of eating, because I find so often that when people hear the word diet, it brings up thoughts of deprivation and calorie counting and all these unsatisfying foods. But in this sense, I'm referring to it as the way of eating long term. And then, of course, we're going to cover sleep, exercise, and stress reduction. And I'm hoping that stress reduction is something that you really take away from this presentation tonight. And as you can see, I have a note on the side, horse versus human. And what do I mean by this? And I want you to kind of think to yourself, when it comes to these topics, how is your horse treated? And then how are you treating yourself? I know, me personally, we gave our horses the best food possible. They slept in their stalls at night with tons of fluffy shavings. They were exercised an hour or two per day, turned out in the pasture. And then even myself, having groomed for other people, stress reduction is so important, whether it's showing them the jumps before you actually compete or grooming them, hand walking them, just taking care of them. And now think to yourself, how do you take care of yourself? Are you rushing to the horse show, eating a pastry quick before going in the ring? Of course, did you sleep the night before? What other exercise are you doing? And then again, stress reduction. What are you doing to help manage that? Let's move on to the first topic, diet. Again, a way of eating, not necessarily a restriction. And in this section, I'm going to cover sugar reduction, upgrading what you already eat, strategies, of course, diet and digestion, and then hormones and supplements. So diet. The number one question I get asked is, what can I do now to improve my health? And I tell people it's to reduce your sugar intake. And we have, and you may have heard about blood sugar, and it plays a critical role in how we feel. And managing blood sugar is important for maintaining energy levels, our mood, and other systems in your body as well, such as your hormonal system. So I talk a lot about the blood sugar roller coaster. And this can happen when you eat a lot of refined sugars and flours. Basically, your blood sugar spikes, you're on, quote, sugar high, and you feel great, but then your insulin rushes in and you crash. And you're tired, you're lethargic, you're hungry, and you're craving more sugar. And this is sort of why the conventional theory of eating a bunch of mini meals throughout the day, it